Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and gals, my name is Wasting Sanity, and this is my review of Black Gold. Now, Black Gold is a free-to-play MMO that recently came on the scene. And it reminds me a lot of some of the other MMOs that are currently out there on the market, at least on the Western market, or available in general. One of the aspects about the game that instantly hit me was within the first 20 minutes or so, I came to realize that this game was actually available probably in Korea, I think, for possibly a couple of years. The big clue, the indicator that lets me know that it's been available for quite some time is the fact that I was bombarded with free gifts. Literally, I got a better mount than was actually in the game as a gift from just like, logging in or playing or playtime or whatever it was. The game itself feels like other MMOs that have been out there. This is yet another MMO that does not have an auto attack. I'm not too sure why a lot of the MMOs that are currently coming out have no auto attack. It's like they don't like it, they hate it, they feel they want to give us busy work. So we have to push additional buttons for no apparent reason. Another button to take up our quick key bar. That doesn't make sense to me. Overall, the gameplay is semi-fluid. It has the same issue to where I want to button mash a little bit in certain situations to where the 1 second cooldown between skill uses is causing it to where I'm tapping the button a little bit because of the fact that I'm like, come on, hurry up. Otherwise, if I hit it too soon, nothing will register. Let's actually take a couple of steps back here, back to character creation. When you're creating your character, you'll discover there's 2 factions, which is normal for MMO, only 4 races currently, and approximately about 11 classes, which is actually a generous amount of classes. Unfortunately, there is nothing that really jumps out as far as being unique about these classes. As I was leveling up my Pyromancer, I discovered there's a variety of instances that become available to you as you get higher and higher level. Eventually, you do reach PvP, and you don't have to wait that long. It's early teens or mid-teens, and the PvP seems to be the basic normal stuff. The part that really stood out to me was the fact that the battlegrounds, which involved a bunch of people, I didn't actually stop to take a look to see how many, but it was quite a few. It was probably about maybe 15 to 20 per side, and it was nothing but basically vehicle combat. There's a variety of vehicles, from flyers to ground-based vehicles, and each one has their role, from a tank-oriented one to artillery to anti-air to like a bomber-type plane. It wasn't really a bomber, it was kind of a bomber, it just doesn't really act like a bomber. And depending on what side you are, it'll be steampunk or animals, because one side is nature and one side is steampunk. There is one aspect of the game that was kind of not necessarily refreshing, but more like, oh, thank God they have this, and it was autopathing. Because you run around so much in this game, it's ridiculous, and if you don't use autopathing, it becomes very, very tedious quickly. And it kind of gives you a little bit of relief from having to run around. Even though you still have to run around, it's just the fact that you don't have to push the buttons to do it. I never really did find out whether or not this was a pay-to-win game. I found myself getting rather bored of it because of the fact that it felt kind of mediocre. It didn't feel anything new, nothing innovative. I did really like the battleground vehicle combat because of the fact that it was different and it kind of ruled out the character classes. Also, come to think of it, there was no skill trees for the characters. None. No skill trees whatsoever. The characters were basically all the same. Just your gear was what determined what you were, and there was no specialization, no deviation from the norm. I mean, you only had a select amount of skills you could actually use because they had this slotted skill method of about like 5 or 6 skills, but that wasn't really enough to make it seem like it was a skill tree or anything like that. There was no customization other than, oh, we limit you, but we give you a bunch of different skills which you can use during combat. Oh, did we mention that your auto attack based skill, or what should be an auto attack, is also one of the 6 skills that you could only take? Now, my final score for this game is probably I don't know, around, I would say a 4 or a 5, maybe a 4.5, mainly because this is a very mediocre game. Maybe it changes later on, it might get better, but I couldn't bring myself to continue to play it because I became rather bored of it. There was very little joy I had in it, as far as like, there was very little aspects of the game that I really enjoyed. My name is Wasting Sanity. I want to thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below.